who would like to start with their overall thoughts on the movie?
Okay, I'll start. Fantastic Four, First Steps. I mean, for me personally, nothing to write home about. But I thought it was a very good starter introductory movie for those characters. Since we're going to reboot them, let's go ahead and skip the whole how did they get this way, and they've had their powers for like 4. Is it 4 years? They've had their powers for like 4 years at this point. Um, I thought I appreciate them doing that. And then another thought I have about the movie, I thought that the women were badasses. Sue Storm and Silver Surfer.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
No
phenomenal
damsels.
work. Say what?
No damsels.
No damsels in this movie. I really appreciated that. But yeah, other than that, I give it 7 out of 10.
Okay.
That's fair. Okay.
How about you, bro?
For me, overall, I liked it. I can't say that I loved it, but I liked it. And I'll say just precursor, I'm not a gigantic Fantastic Four fan in general, as far as just comics, games, movie, whatever, you know what I'm saying? They're cool, nothing against them. But as far as like, I wasn't going into it as a fan of them like that in the beginning. But as far as the movie goes, I overall liked it. One thing I enjoyed was the fact that this was a self-contained Marvel movie. Some Marvel movies in the last couple of years, you needed to watch all the Disney Plus shows and get caught up on this, and you had to see this and this, et cetera, and all that kind of stuff. This was cool that you could jump right into it. I thought the acting was incredible. Specifically, Pedro Pascal was great.
So good.
I love the family dynamic. I feel like they really nailed the fact that these felt like they were all like had love for each other and family, and you could feel the chemistry. But yeah, overall, like I said, for me, I liked it. As far as like the other thing I really liked too was that the way they even handled the villain. Like, everybody, I think at this point we know Galactus is the villain.
Galactus, yeah.
Yeah, Galactus is the villain. And I thought that they handled him really well too. He was definitely felt like a serious threat, and they had to really work to solve the problems that he was causing. So overall, I liked it too. I'd probably, my quickie, number, I'd probably give it 7 out of 10, which is not bad. It's nowhere near Marvel's top of the top. It's nowhere near a Civil War, Black Panther, Iron Man 1, Endgame, whatever. But it's not like trash like Thor, Love and Thunder, or even Thor: Dark World, or it's just some of the other ones that are on the Eternals. It's nowhere near bad like Eternals or anything. So it lands in the middle of a solid Marvel movie. And I give it extra points for being self-contained and not needing to watch the Disney Plus shows. Thank you.
Yeah. I also just want to piggyback. I agree with you. Galaga was like a really hard villain.
Galactus.
What did I say?
You said Gal Gadot.
That's what it sounded like you said. I was like, wait a minute, which?
I thought you were talking about
over to
the
DC,
game Galaga or something like that.
I think that's what I was thinking of.
I thought you said Gal Gadot. I'm like, we watch it. Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, he was a really good, compelling villain as well.
Joe, I'll let you go.
Okay. Well, I absolutely none of that. I thought on my scale of great, good, mid, meh, and trash, it's a mid for me, but borderline good. I thought the movie was all right. I definitely have my gripes, which I got notes. I'm gonna get into them. But overall, there was a lot that I did enjoy. Matter of fact, let me just go down the list of things I did like. There were like maybe 1 or 2 comedic moments that genuinely landed. It's kind of depressing that it's only a handful, but good things. I like the music. I did enjoy the visual effects. I thought those were very well done. I did there's like a sort of plot point that lets the world unite a little bit in a certain task. I like seeing that in superhero media. We kind of got cheated out of that for DC, but that's a whole nother story. Positive things about this movie. Anyways, I think it was very tonally consistent. I think there was some good stakes in the movie. So I thought that was really good. So of course, there's probably going to be people that like it more than me. But from where I stand, yeah, I think the movie is pretty solid.
Okay.
And then we'll get into the stuff I didn't like a little later on. But for now, we're just positive vibes here.
Okay, so I enjoyed it. Definitely the family dynamic was great. You could definitely tell that they've been together for quite some time. I went into it already knowing that whatever happens in this movie is going to set us up for the next the next movies that are coming. So like I was excited about that. I'm definitely excited about, them having children because I know what their children become. So I'm excited about that.
See, I don't know that, so
Me
I'm going
neither.
in.
Oh, I'll hip y'all. I'll hip y'all.
Well, no, we don't want to know.
What?
No, it's a
That's
spoiler.
spoilers.
It's not a spoiler. It's the comic book.
I didn't read them.
That's still a spoiler.
Yeah.
How is that a spoiler?
That's
If I haven't read them, then
that's
it's
a
spoiling
spoiler.
it.
Put it this way: maybe they just want to experience the film for what it is on their own.
I mean,
they
but
don't need,
I
they
don't
need the
I don't
supplementary
think that, I
material.
don't think
they don't
that they're
need,
going to include the thing.
But that'd be like, for example, you're saying it's not a spoiler. That's like, hey, I'm watching the anime, but you're telling me something from the manga that's 20 chapters down. That's just a spoiler.
I mean,
'cause
but there's
wanna
like,
watch
but
the anime.
Well, hold on. Here's an
there's
even more
like,
way.
there's like a million. That's like saying that, Batman becomes a superhero, or he becomes a god or something like that. That's just one piece of.
Well, hold on. Here's
of-
a good way to look at this. This is where I think some of the comic book expectations can get kind of dangerous, coming from somebody who is also a comic book fan, despite what people on the internet and our comment sections say. So let's go to James Gunn's Superman for a second. I know one big inspiration for the movie was Grant Morrison's All-Star Superman, which is one of my favorite stories. I really love the ending of that book because there's a point where Lex Luthor actually sees the world through Superman's eyes for a second, and he actually gets it. Like that was a great moment. Now, if I, as a fan of that comic, went into the Superman movie expecting that because they're gassing it up as if this is a big inspiration for it, but you've got to understand, the comic book and the movie are two separate things. Even if it goes like a similar route to something in the books, it's inevitably going to be different somehow. So if we set up exactly where the MCU could be going based off of something in the comics, and if it comes out and then it's not like the comics, then you might be setting them up for disappointment. So you got to be careful with that.
Yeah.
That's true.
I
And
don't
this
wanna
is
know what it's gonna
also,
become.
hate to get into the negative so soon, this is also why I don't like this idea of, let's just skip the origins. We don't need to do all that establishing and
No, I
stuff like
disagree
that.
100%.
No, because you're wrong, David, and I'll explain it. Because at the end of the day, you've got to set up something. That's why they had to make half the movie a montage to explain, here's when they were first introduced, here's how they got their powers, here's how they established a good rapport with the world. But at the end of the day, you're not really setting it up in your movie. You're just breezing past it. And when it's all said and done, do you really care? Do you really feel something for these characters? Is it really, or is it artificial? You know what I'm saying? Are you really giving it time to breathe? And real talk, I'm not now we want to compare from the OG Fantastic Four movie to this one.
Whoa.
Hear me out on this.
Don't do that because
Hear me out
people
on this.
enjoyed them when they came out, and then
I didn't.
Which one didn't you not like?
Both.
And look, even
That's insane,
I enjoyed
because people love the first one.
Do that?
Yeah, the
People
second one was
love the
kinda
first
trash,
one.
but-
People hated the second one because of the way they portrayed Galactus.
I mean, I just felt like the second one was low-key boring, to be honest. But look, it's been a while since I've seen it. But my issue with the first one, I really did enjoy how they set up the characters and everything, and it gave time for them to breathe and for you to get inside their heads and see how they felt about having these abilities and dealing with these changes. The problem is the movie spent less time with the actual superheroing and action versus, hey, let's clown around. I've got stretchy powers. Let me hit the dance floor and this and that. All that stupid shit. After you get through that, then you get to the actual action, and then it's like, now I actually care during the big fight with Doctor Doom and tearing up the city and using those powers and all that stuff. That was cool. I like that. Now, when you get to this movie, it's like, yeah, we've skipped past all of that. The movie is pretty much all gas, no brakes, debatably, because it's not really that action-packed, but it's still not boring. But then it's like I said, it gets to moments where it's like you expect me to care, but I don't know who these people are. Even if I know who the characters are from the comics or from other interpretations, other movies or whatever, who are you? Who is this Pedro Pascal Reed Richards? Who is this other actress I don't know, Sue Storm, etc.? You know what I'm saying? And then it's like, it was so jarring when the movie started because it's like you had the little opening credit, here they come, the Fantastic Four. And then you start off with being announced that Sue Storm is pregnant. And I'm like, bitch, who are you? Why do I care? And then, okay, now you do the montage where you show all the fancy pants stuff and the hyper idealized 1950s style with the music and everything. Cool. But then it's like we're getting into it. I'm like, do I really care? Now, let me ask you this question. The first of the Joe list of questions. Did you feel anything when watching this movie?
I did.
I felt a lot of feels watching
I-
this movie.
Okay.
I felt it.
And like I said, there's a good wide range of what a movie can make you feel. Did it make you cry? Did it have you on the edge of your seat? Were you invested in their relationship?
Tori, you want to go first?
I mean, I was invested in the relationship because, like, they established early on that they are a family. They do everything as a family. Especially, you can tell definitely during dinner time. They don't start dinner until everybody's there and all of that. And the dynamics that they have between each other, the relationship, the interactions, and all that lets me know that they've been together for a while and they treat each other as a family no matter what's going on. And you can see in Reed, even with his hyperfixation on things, you can tell that he is remorseful still, even after 4 years of the way that everybody turned out. Like he definitely showcased that throughout the movie. And you can see Ben's not aside from the first movie, you can see that Ben's not sulking, and he's not treating it like, fix me now and all that. He's not carrying that mentality.
I kind of missed that. Can't lie.
Huh?
I kind of missed that. I actually like that aspect from the first couple movies.
Right there with you.
Yeah.
But that's not how Ben is though. Ben even in the comic books, animated series, all that stuff, he's accepted who he is.
But at that point, he had to go through that period where it's I'm a giant rock monster.
But this is 4 years later. This man has accepted that. The first Fantastic
he's
Four.
accepted that. But what do we as the audience feel?
You
about
should.
it?
need that, though?
Do you? I mean, my thing is, do
don't
you
think we
have
need that,
do
y'all.
you have to have him self-conscious? What make him being self-conscious about himself is entertaining.
Yeah.
There's nothing entertaining
Well,
about that. I don't care to see him. Oh, I'm depressed because
Go through the crisis
I don't need that. That adds nothing
So
to the
did
plot.
you say this when you watched the first Fantastic Four movie?
What?
Did you say the same thing when you saw the first movie?
This was
that
my
you were
first
watching
time
with Jordan?
seeing them live action. I took it as it came. I was like, well, he should be happy that I wasn't like that. I accepted it as it was. This was their first month or so. This is their first time having the power. So of course he's going to feel some type of way about it. But then here we are with this Fantastic Four. This is 4 years later. He's had 4 years to come to terms with who he is. And he's not being looked at as disgusting, because just like in the first one, people was looking at him, oh, he's scary. Nobody was looking at him like that. Kids were cheering for him. People was admiring him, giving him daps, saying his catchphrase, all of that. People was doing all that, showing him love. In the first one, he wasn't getting the love. His girl left him and all that. He was getting treated like a monster in the first one. This one, he's getting all the love, so there's no need to
Ooh,
feel.
don't forget his girl left him, and then he had to get with a blind girl.
Yeah.
Somebody who couldn't see him for what he was.
That's character development, though. We
now
missed all
what
that.
you're
We didn't need
mentioning,
that.
Corey,
Mm-hmm.
does tie into a bit of an underlying problem I have with this movie, and in all honesty, superhero media in general, and what audiences are expecting. But I'm gonna hold on to that. I'm gonna get to it later.
Can we go back to what you're
this
saying
movie
too about
made me feel-
the feels? Go ahead.
Yeah,
Right.
this movie made me feel a lot, especially with the Sue Storm scenes, especially with her giving birth and then like having the child. I'm not a kid person. Not saying I don't like kids, but like babies are just like, if I had the option of hanging out with a baby or not, I'm gonna choose not to.
Right.
But in every scene where it came like,
Look,
For example-
not to cut you off, but I ain't gonna lie. There was a couple of moments where it was like, okay, this is nice, but can y'all shut this damn baby up, please? Like,
no, I thought that was so like natural and
yeah,
real.
but at the same time, it's like, bruh, can we shut that damn kid up? I'm trying to watch the movie,
So babies work.
and you hear this damn baby.
Wait a minute.
Like,
So,
shut up.
So
Like,
you want to hear Ben Grimm crying, but you don't want to hear the baby crying.
Oh.
I'm just saying.
yeah.
The scene
At least the
where-
motherfucker knows how to articulate his thoughts and feelings.
The baby.
No,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the baby articulated his thoughts and feelings by crying.
And then you got to sit there and guess what's this damn baby crying about? Did he shit himself? Is he hungry?
I mean,
I ain't trying to deal with all
This is a
that.
critique against babies in general, not the movie. This
You
is-
should be on my side more than anybody,
I mean,
David.
I don't want kids, but I'm not
That's a
mad about the
nitpick.
kid being.
That's a nitpick.
That's a nitpick.
Yeah, that.
But that's not a genuine look. Again, I got bigger fish to fry with this movie.
See, I was mad
But
at Crypto for acting like a dog in Superman.
Yeah,
but
fuck that dog.
I digress. But no, the scene where she is using her powers to push Galactus
That scene was actually
away, and just like you can see the strain and like
she wasn't getting
fear.
a nosebleed like Jessica Alba.
I mean,
Yeah,
again,
you
but
can just
she
see
died,
all of
so-
that emotion in her to save her child like
Spoiler
that.
alert.
I don't want kids, but that hit me in the feels real hard. That was powerful.
You know what part hit me in the feels?
Which one?
Tell Franklin Uncle Johnny.
Okay.
Gonna say that, Tori. Yeah, I had the same one.
Yeah.
That was a good one. I like that.
Because here's the thing, with that scene
See,
right
here we
there,
go. Hold on. Okay, go
that
ahead.
scene, it reminded me. It was like a comic. It was because he did sacrifice himself in one of the comic books. It was a different. This is a different comic book. This is a comic book where Spider-Man became part of the Fantastic Four, and Franklin's he's like 8 or 9 years old, and you know at that time Johnny and him are like best friends. So Spider-Man had to go console. Spider-Man and Johnny were best friends, but Franklin, you know, that was his favorite uncle. Johnny was his favorite uncle, and he was taking it pretty hard. So Spider-Man came to talk to him and cheer him up. But when he did that, I was like, "Are they really doing this?" And then yeah,
That was
So,
good. No,
no,
that's
that
good.
that was that hit me with a spike of emotion right there.
What scenes were? What did you feel?
those are
from
my
this
two
movie?
scenes there. Now we getting into spoiler territory now or no?
I think we've been there.
I think
Okay,
already
we already
crossed
there.
it.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So we'll just put. a
Forget what I
spoiler
said
warning.
earlier. Anyway.
All right, so the scene that you said, yes, I agree, and the scene that Tori said, I 100% agree. Those are two. There was another one. Since we're getting to spoilers, I thought when Sue almost died,
Yeah.
and
Well, she did die.
Well, she did.
oh, she did die.
So
But the
that's
baby
one.
brought him back.
That's
Got
one of his powers.
That's a dope.
Okay. I thought like Pedro was killing. It.
Oh.
Like I felt when the tears when he was trying to resuscitate and this. Like even though in my mind I'm thinking like she's probably not dead, but he was acting his ass off. So I actually felt that moment there. So those are the three there. But I thought the biggest one for me was like, because there was a point where like she was using her powers against Galactus, but like he was still like able to move and everything, and then she had to like
really
really
like,
put that. I felt like
Yeah.
that was
Shit.
like
Oh.
the mother's love.
That mom,
that mother's love
that
of like,
mother's
no, I gotta
love.
put everything into this to the point where I'm gonna sacrifice or kill myself or push to the limit, to save my child. I felt that there
Yeah.
too. So that was
I did
another good
too.
emotional scene too.
I did really like that scene, and I hate that there's gonna be those people. Those people talking about, oh my God, MCU, this movie is so woke. Like, shut up.
They're
all right?
still doing
Those-
that.
People.
They're still banking off that crap. Yeah, they're still doing it. But anyway.
Why can't
And a lot
why
of
can't
people-
women have a cool scene without it being looked at as?
But a lot of
Because
people
they
were.
hate women.
It was a lot of people calling it woke because there was a woman
Silver Surfer.
Silver Surfer, but there in the comic books there is a woman Silver Surfer.
Can we talk about the woman Silver Surfer for a minute?
I mean, even
when
whether or
she
not
was
she
surfing
yeah.
through that hot lava shit in space,
Yeah.
Homegirl was killing that. Oh, her scenes there were so good. I had no issue with a woman Silver Surfer, probably
Yeah.
because I'm biased as a woman myself. But like,
I mean, so that they did it so you would enjoy it.
she was great.
Yeah.
She did the thing that needed to be done.
Now, real talk, that one scene, as far as like edge of your seat action, I mean, it wasn't like all the way there. I've seen better, but that scene where they're like trying to go around the black hole as she's giving birth, and you got these two things going on that are ramping up. That was really cool.
Yeah,
I
I
think
was
just
stressed.
the whole sci-fi action vibe and the cosmic stuff, I like that sort of thing.
Oh, yeah.
And like I said, visual effects on point. Galactus could arguably be a little bit better, but hey, it's a fucking movie.
Oh,
all
I
right,
thought
get
he was
over
scary.
it. No, Galactus was fine. Do I feel like he was a little one note? Yeah, but at the end of the day, he did what he needed to do. It's cool. So Galactus gets a plus. Second question. In y'all's opinion, this is a genuine question. Do you feel like this is your definitive Fantastic Four? Like if you were to read a Fantastic Four comic, are these the characters that you see if you were seeing a cartoon? Like this, does this set the standard for you?
For me personally, as someone who did not really enjoy the first two, and then had no interest in seeing the one that they tried to reboot a few years ago.
Fan Four Stick. Yeah.
Wait, why do they call it? Wait, what?
Because that's how they market it, where they put like the 4 in the middle of the
Oh,
title. So people just call it Fan Four Stick.
Got it. Who never saw that one but heard terrible things?
Yeah.
Talking about the one with Michael B. Jordan?
Yeah.
They, the studio. Here's the thing about that one: the studio messed that up, and you know what's bad. Before the movie even came out, the director had already said the studio ruined this movie, and I believe it because they cut out a great portion of it and did a whole bunch of other stuff. That's why the movie came out the way it was. Because like if the director's telling you before the movie even hits, before the trailers and all that stuff hit, saying that the studio screwed up the movie.
Mm-hmm. They had their Warner Brothers moment.
Yeah. It probably could have been something, but
yeah,
now we'll never know unless they come out with that other cut.
Yeah. So Dave, back to you. So for you,
I was saying yes, but I feel like it's almost to a certain degree a little bit unfair because
just speaking from a position of ignorance.
I mean, not just I'm talking about just from the movie standpoint.
Right.
I feel like the bar was low.
Right.
Like, I mean, I know, Tori, you're saying that people love these movies. To my knowledge, just the consensus that I've seen, I've never heard of like Fantastic Four being talked about as a S-tier franchise. Nowhere near. People don't talk about it like Spider-Man 1 and 2.
Yeah.
I mean,
I've never heard anybody say that. It's never in the time of conversation of Black Panther. So, I mean, Winter Soldier, even X-Men 1.
But these came out around the time when, like, these are some of the earliest ones.
This came out around Ben Affleck's Daredevil and Jennifer Garner's Electro when it wasn't the hottest.
When the MCU wasn't.
Yeah, but Spider-Man
had
was
the
good.
serious. It was Spider-Man. Spider-Man is the #1 Marvel character.
You still got to make a good movie.
Yeah.
Fantastic. But people enjoy the Fantastic Four, and I don't understand. What I don't understand now is that with the older movies, people enjoyed them when they came out. And then now that
I'm
here,
not saying that. I'm saying,
but like when we,
but hold on, see, because I can't really buy this argument from you.
Why?
Because I feel like you still the same type of dude that'll gas up that old school Mortal Kombat movie.
No, I said
same thing.
No, I
didn't. At the time, the standard was way lower.
It was low, but people enjoyed it. But then now when we're at the present point in time, people like, oh, that was terrible.
That's not.
It was awesome.
We've seen better.
I can look back and name good movies. X-Men 1 and 2.
People
Spider-Man 1 and 2 are good. I don't think these are in the same conversation at all.
People still enjoyed those movies from when they came out.
So
I remember dudes was quoting, they was gassing up Jessica Alba, all of that.
Yeah, eye candy, and
because they was attractive.
Yes,
but then they were enjoying and laughing.
Same conversation as Spider-Man 1 and 2 and X-Men 1 and 2.
I mean, I would say in a way,
I feel like it's in a different class. Like those are look back.
It wasn't a lot of people talking about.
You can watch those movies today and they're still good.
Here's the thing. I would say they're in a different class.
Fantastic Four 1 too.
Nobody watches that.
Hold on. I would say they're in a different class, but the classes ain't that far from each other.
Nah, they far, bro.
Let's be real.
Spider-Man 1 and 2 are a classic.
No, again, like Spider-Man's 1 and 2, they're still like your simple comic book. Hold on. Like they're still your not too out there comic book movies. They got some genuine heart to them, so you can give them credit. Now, when you get to like the Fantastic Four movie, it's like I said, it's a step below, but it ain't like super
I'll give you an
far.
example. For example, I think today, if they said, "Hey, we're re-releasing the Spider-Man trilogy in theaters and IMAX, et cetera," people actually would go and be excited to go watch those movies on IMAX. Yeah, probably.
Y'all gotta stop disrespecting Spider-Man 3. I love Spider-Man. That's the best one.
Spider-Man 3.
That's a whole nother.
It is.
Yeah,
but what I'm saying is that
me mad.
they could bring that back today. And
but I can't love Man of Steel anyway.
There would be fanfare and excitement for people seeing Spider-Man 1 and 2 and maybe some 3.
Yeah.
But there'll be a lot of fanfare and excitement for that. I don't think people would be super excited to go watch Fantastic Four 1 and 2 in IMAX today. Like that's what I'm saying. To me,
you know why I can't take that? Because the first Fantastic Four came out in 2005. This is around the time.
That's when about the time Spider-Man came out.
I don't know about that because Marvel didn't get that extra boost until 2008 when Iron Man came out.
No, but X-Men was the first 2 X-Men are still good.
Yeah.
And listen, I'll throw another one. I'll even say that the Punisher movie that came out around that time was good too.
Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man came out in 2002.
So at the same time,
2002.
That was a pretty record-breaking movie until The Dark Knight came out.
But that was like how many superhero movies did we have around that time? Before that, only thing we had was Blade, And and Spider-Man and all those other things started coming. I mean, they started coming in bits and pieces. Because,
you're also talking like Marvel specifically too.
Yeah, Marvel.
DC was dominating before.
And I think Fox. Didn't Fox take over Fantastic? Have Fantastic Four at the time? Because a lot of these properties.
Because Daredevil was out in 2003. Elektra came out in 2005.
And Blade came out in like 2000 or 2009. Or something like that.
I think you like it. I don't know if the consensus is that it's in upper class of comic book movies of the time.
Blade came out in the 90s.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like Blade was the movie that catapulted the revamp and the revitalization of Marvel movies and superhero movies. Because Blade came out and it did. Because like before Blade came out, Marvel was bankrupt and they were selling their properties off. They sold Spider-Man. Spider-Man wasn't with MCU when it came out. That was with Sony. And
that was good.
The Fantastic Four was up somewhere else. And the X-Men were somewhere else. These movies were getting made by other people because they saw the success of Blade. And then they started making these movies with those properties. But like around that time, people were accepting and enjoying the superhero movies as they came out. There weren't people saying, "Oh, that movie was terrible."
I said it was terrible back then. I say it now.
But at the same time,
this is you and your friends saying
people don't just blankly accept.
But here's the thing. But you say that, but you say that you're not even big on the comic books and all that stuff. I'm talking about people who have enjoyed.
No, we're doing distinctions now.
It's not a distinction. I'm just saying.
I don't really buy this premise because at the same time, you can't say like people were just buying every superhero movie that came out because keep in mind, we also got movies like Steel. We also got movies like
Steel came out in the 90s. That don't count. That was a DC. DC don't even count Steel. And
what
people
about,
who watched it only like
what's
Shaq.
that movie called? The Phantom or whatever? That one with that dude in the purple suit?
Yeah, that came out, was that the 80s or the 90s? That was before.
No. That was like early 2000s.
That was not 2000s. I remember that. 2000s. I had a Phantom Ring. That came out in the 90s.
Late 90s, early 2000s, something. It doesn't matter. Like I said, the point is, if a superhero movie is just bad, people aren't going to accept it. But there is like a low bar that people will accept something and be like, okay, that movie was fun.
But I'm not saying that Fantastic movies are trash. I'm just saying they are not in the upper echelon of comic book movies to my knowledge.
But here's the thing. When you say it's not in the upper echelon, you're saying that compared to now when these movies came out before then.
I just named 3 movies that came out within the 3-year span. I named Punisher. I'm naming...
Which Punisher?
The first one. X-Men 1.
When did that come out?
Around the same time. This is all early 2000s. I'm naming X-Men 1 and 2 and Spider-Man 1 and 2. These are all in the same 5-year span. And I'm saying that if you're talking about those movies, I would say that Fantastic Four is lower on the scale. Like, people were hyped for Tobey Maguire. I think if you throw Jessica Alba in a Marvel movie as a cameo, y'all will be excited because she's attractive, but I don't think nobody will care about her as a character, as a cameo versus Tobey Maguire.
To get us back on track.
Yeah, we off track.
All I'm saying is that people definitely enjoyed the Fantastic Four movie.
Did.
The first, not just me, is a great group of people that enjoyed the first Fantastic Four movie. People were iffy and not really feeling the second one, but the first one definitely was getting a lot of love.
I mean, on the scale of Fantastic Four movies, we've got the first one, and then we got this new one. That's really going to be the only ones that people actually care about at this point. The other ones, people are just going to skip them. Now, again, going back to my question to you, in your opinion, both as a moviegoer and a comic book fan, do this Fantastic Four, do they become definitive for you? Like for me, as like a DC fan, if I go back and read like JLA Rock of Ages, I'll hear the voices of like the DC animated universe cast, but then even sometimes I might read it in the voice of like the Zack Snyder's Justice League cast, just as a way to make it fun for myself. And I can have fun with those interpretations in other media. When you go back and read a Fantastic Four comic book or whatever, do you think you will see this cast as the Fantastic Four for you? Does this set the standard?
I mean, it's definitely. I could see it being the definitive, but me being me, I have the casting that I like.
That's nostalgia.
It's not even that, because I would have liked what's his name to be Mr. Fantastic, and I feel like this cast did look a little bit older than because he's like 50.
But again, that's the problem. This is another issue I take with the movie. it feels like to me, the Fantastic Four they're almost stepping stones to something else in their own movie. Because when you think about it, it's like you're kicking off the movie right off the bat with the creation of like this next generation of like superhero. So yeah, the Fantastic Four is going to show up in some other movies and they're going to have some crossovers. You're still going to get time with this cast, but eventually they're going to run out of steam, and then you're going to have to focus on this child, and this child's probably going to become a character. These actors are going to get older. You're going to move this younger actor in once he hits like an older age. Once these people get too old, then we're going to be done with them unless they do some CG cameo like 20 years from now or whatever. But that's my thing. It's like, you want me to watch this movie and you want me to care about this Fantastic Four, but you can't even let them breathe. You've got to set up the next thing in their first movie. You see what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, but that was like already in the books before. Like
We ain't talking about the books, Tori.
I'm not talking about the comic books.
Nobody's talking about the comics. This is its own movie, its own
That's
universe.
what I'm saying. I'm saying it's already been pre-planned before the movie came out. Like, before it came out, they've already known that, okay, you're going to have this project, and this project. But, like, that's already been planned. Before they even shot the movie,
But again,
they already known
they're a
about that.
stepping stone.
I don't know if I would call it a stepping stone. I mean, it's just like everybody who's watching Marvel has probably seen the Marvel movies that came out in the early 2000s. So we already know the origin story of how they get their powers. Why waste time building that in a new movie, in a reboot, when we've got Doomsday coming out when? 26, 27?
20s.
Yeah, they're a stepping
27?
stone to Doomsday.
They are.
The movie, the mid-credit scene was literally a commercial for Avengers Doomsday.
And Asia, also, I don't know to chime in. I would probably disagree with you and say that everybody has seen those. Some people weren't even born yet.
But
we in our 30s. There's people who are 12 years
I'm
old.
talking to us.
But here's the thing, y'all love going
the
back
biggest ones
to
who watch them.
there's still people who haven't. Who cares? I don't care if you haven't seen or heard of any Fantastic Four, Spider-Man, Incredible Hulk, and all that stuff. By now, when Marvel and all these movies are literally in your face, Disney Plus,
That's what I was
all
gonna
over
say.
social
But the
media,
Fantastic
Disney
everywhere.
Plus
Four hasn't
got all
really
of
been
them.
relevant since the early 2000s like that.
People
you
still
care
watch it.
because you're a dinosaur like the rest of us, Tori.
Okay, just the fact that I've seen it doesn't mean that they can't see it. If you sit here and say, "Oh, there's a Fantastic Four movie coming out," has there ever been another Fantastic Four? I don't know. I'm not going to look it up. Everybody's phones and all that is glued to their hands when you can watch these movies literally right now on Disney Plus and all that.
12-year-olds have to go back and watch the old movies.
If the 12-year-olds don't know about the Fantastic Four, that's their parents' fault.
But keep in mind, Tori. Hold up. Keep in mind, we live in the same world where I went to go see that stupid ass Brave New World movie, and the couple sitting next to me when that Superman trailer came on, they didn't know that a new movie was coming out. They still thought Henry Cavill was Superman.
That sounds like a personal problem on their part.
Also, one more thing. Y'all are assuming that everybody is like us and hard. Well, you are.
You don't have to be hard. You don't have to be hardcore.
Yes, you do. You go
No, you don't. I'm not hardcore.
No, you don't.
Yes, you are.
Watching old. There's nothing wrong with watching old movies if you can sit here and scroll
there are some
TikTok all
people-
day long.
No, because you,
Tori,
listen,
while we were driving back from the movie, you were giving me 20 minutes worth of a lore dump on this new character.
I'm talking about there are some people who don't follow trailers and movies and behind the scenes.
If they don't-
you know what they do? They say, "What movie's coming out this weekend?" Oh, Fantastic Four. I'm talking
So
about.
it sounds like they were just going to watch the movie just to watch the movie.
Yes, that's a lot of people.
If you here's the thing. If I'm going to a restaurant and I don't know what kind of food they got, what am I doing? Why am I going in there? I'm about to waste my time.
You know what you mean to memorize the menu?
So you telling them just like they need to memorize the movie. I mean, like I'm not gonna go to a restaurant and be like, I don't even know if they serve food, but I'm gonna go in here and see.
It's a comic book movie.
But you know what else I'm not going to do if I walk into a restaurant that I'm not familiar with? I'm not just going to be like, I'll be like, you know what? Let me read the menu. Let me familiarize. Let me get caught up. And then the person in charge goes, man, give me that. You don't need this. You know this restaurant.
Hold on. You just literally proved my point. It's like, oh, I don't know anything about this. Let me read the menu. Let me look at the other movies. Let me read up on the characters. Let me do something. Some kind of research.
So a girl invites you to Red Lobster. You say, hold on, I need to know the history. Who was the CEO in the 90s? What was the menu?
If somebody invite me to a restaurant, Red Lobster, I'm gonna look at the menu. I.e., if somebody say, hey, have you seen the Fantastic Four? Do you know anything about the Fantastic Four? If somebody asks me, have you seen this? I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna see. Has there already been another movie? I don't know anybody that just casually. I don't know anything about superheroes, but I'm about to go watch this movie.
That's a lot of people. Do they watch the
Who?
trailers?
I don't know anybody that does that.
Everybody you know is hardcore.
Ain't nobody hardcore.
Your whole circle's
My
hardcore.
mama not even hardcore. She watch them but she know about them.
Put her onto it.
She looks them up just like I do.
Send her stuff.
She got Disney Plus. They got damn near every Marvel movie on there. Everybody got Disney Plus these days.
But do you expect her to know the same deep comic book lore?
She don't have to know that. If they didn't show it in the movie, she ain't gotta know
Then
about
why
it.
did you tell it to me on the way back? From
Because you didn't know about Franklin Richards and they showed him in the movie. You was questioning about Sue dying. And I told you that because that's one of his powers. Dave didn't even know until I just said something.
That's true. I didn't know where we were going. I didn't.
Then the movie should have established
I know
that.
about the son at
Asia,
all.
let's keep going.
I don't
down.
want spoilers though.
Let's go down your list of questions.
Then you have one more?
Question.
You
That was
only
one
get
of them.
2.
It'll come up naturally. Go to the
Okay.
next question.
This one's not on the list, but I want to hear it because we had a discussion about end credit scenes.
Mm-hmm.
What did we think of the post credit scenes of Fantastic Four?
Can I give them the public service announcement? This is a public service announcement from the Team Trapped's crew.
Hold on, from you.
From Joe.
From
I don't want to be
all of us here.
That's
at the
on,
team.
I don't
that's
want
on
the
you.
smoke.
Hey, this is a very
That's
sensible take.
that's your opinion.
This is a very sensible take. Here's the deal. Mid-credit scene, cool. You're good. It won't eat up too much of your time. As soon as you see them credits past that, dip. The one in the post-credits, pretty useless, not worth sitting through them long-ass credits for. However, I will say this. You could have fixed this problem if you had just done one simple thing. Switch them.
That's what I was about to say. They should have been flip-flop.
Right. You
I
could
would have
have
preferred
like-
to see the little opening cartoon thingy. That would have been cute little something. Okay, let me rest and see what they got coming up because I
And
know
then
it's
you
got to be
have
cooking.
the actual teaser.
And then you have that
worth your
real.
time.
Yes.
No, I disagree.
What? You were pissed that we sat there for that.
But hold on. I'm looking at it from a different perspective. Okay. They wanted to make sure that you saw that because they're trying to sell tickets to this next Avengers movie. So they had to have it earlier. Some people walk out.
That's fair.
You know,
Now,
Nobody walked out in that theater.
Some people walked out.
No, David, I'm not going to stand for that because at this point, y'all are too old. I don't care how old y'all are. Y'all know not to leave a Marvel movie without watching the end credits.
The fact is,
no, that is
you know. Let me.
That's the one thing the Marvel movies are known for.
Here's the thing: Marvel got y'all so ready to see what the after credit scene is. Y'all do that with every movie now.
It's true. And now y'all have an expectation that every movie needs that.
That's your
hey,
problem.
look, if we weren't
Expectation.
doing a review for that Superman movie, I probably would have left.
Yeah.
And I was mad.
And you know what? I stayed for the Superman end credit scenes. And you know what? I want to respond to the people who were pissed at you for saying what you said about the end credit scenes of Superman. I agree. I thought that last end credit scene in Fantastic Four was a waste of time. If I would have known that was what was coming, I would have left after the mid credit scene. 100%. And I do think that these comic book movies have a duty to be showing us what is coming up
They
next
did that.
with their end credit scene.
Or
They
at
did.
the very
We got
least,
it.
show us something that's worth
We got
Worth our time.
We already got
Worth
that. That
our
was
time.
the Doctor Doom scene. We got it. We good.
Yeah.
Then we
That's
could
what
have
I'm
just
saying.
been done with all the
but
credits.
you know-
Yeah, we can't have a little cute for fun scene at the end.
Then put that shit first.
But
No,
here's the
because
thing.
some
Here's the
people
thing.
leave.
Here's the thing. Not all movies have to have
don't
something
leave
at the
anymore.
end.
People leave.
Not all.
People do not leave anymore. Are you serious?
Not all of the after credit scenes need anything anymore because I remember in the Spider-Man movie, I think it was a Spider-Man movie, they did that Captain America after credit scene where he literally just said, remember, listen to your teachers, eat your vegetables.
Which one was that one?
Yeah.
That was dumb as hell too.
That was
we didn't need
literally-
that.
that's literally-
Fun. What about fun?
That's
We don't need
literally-
fun.
What about entertainment?
Y'all need to. Marvel has some serious work to do to be convincing me to come see the rest of their movies.
They
Okay?
already did
Hold,
that.
no. Shh. No.
Wait a minute, if the
No.
after credit scene
Marvel-
is the only thing that's making you go
Shoot
see these
myself wedding
movies,
ring on that one, bro.
if that's the only thing that's making you, if you, I'm only going to see the after credit scene. If that's
I'm not
what's
going to
pulling you.
only see the after credit scenes. What I'm saying is Marvel has not been hitting with these movies lately. So y'all need to be doing y'all best to buy us in
Which
to go
movie?
see the rest of these movies. Which
Stop.
Which movies?
Stop.
Tori, Thunderbolts, ass. Doctor Strange 2, double ass.
You didn't like Doctor Strange?
Thor.
I like the first one, Thor, Love
You
and
like
Thunder,
Doctor Strange
triple
too?
ass. Should I keep
Multiverse
going?
Madness? What did you
Eternals.
like about Multiverse?
Eternals, tons. No, honestly, every single movie since Guardians of the Galaxy 3 has been terrible.
Y'all skipping around a lot.
Since Endgame, they are going down. Okay,
all the Disney Plus shows, they're low key too.
and then requiring us to watch some of the Disney Plus shows before we even go and see the movies.
Trash, bro.
No,
You know
come on,
trash.
Tori.
I don't know.
Tori, you're
Disney Plus
telling me
shows have been
everything
hidden.
Marvel does is gold?
I'm not saying everything is gold, but y'all make it seem like everything is trash. Disney Plus shows, what Disney Plus shows was bad?
Tori, I have not felt any type of emotion towards a Marvel movie since Endgame, Spider-Man Can't Go Home, and probably Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Right. And that's because they've lost their rhythm, they've lost their fire. The movies are not what they used to be. You know because hold on, you're making me mad. Because you know Captain America Civil War was incredible. Y'all know Winter Soldier was amazing.
It's flawed because all of y'all are stuck on, what do you say? Nostalgia. Y'all don't want to see anybody
I'm stuck on quality. I'm not stuck on nostalgia.
Y'all don't want to see nobody new.
You know when you saw, Tori, you know when you saw.
You not the same dude that was gassing up the Wolverine Deadpool.
I'm not,
nostalgia.
When I say nostalgia, I'm talking about people don't want to see anybody that's not the main cast of the Avengers.
That's not true.
That's not true. I want a good Marvel movie.
And look it up. People have been shitting on Marvel.
I ain't those people. I ain't those people.
Also, but now y'all not those people when we talking about the Fantastic Four and people that enjoy it.
I'm the person who wants a good, decent Marvel movie that has my heart palpitations up since Endgame, since Spider-Man Didn't Go Home, since Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
I don't think that's the name of it, but
I don't care. He wasn't at home, was he? He won.
That movie.
He did go home.
That's what I'm saying.
That was fire.
That was one of the last few good movies. Y'all know Thunderbolts was not good. Y'all know Captain America, as much as I wanted to be good.
Eternals.
The Eternals, the newest Captain America, was not good. These movies have not been good.
Hold on. Here's the issue. You're missing the point. It's not about which actors are which or whatever. It's about direction.
Yes.
If it's like post Endgame, I just don't feel like there's been a real consistent
I know why.
direction of where
I know
they're going.
why, because
they peaked.
No, not just
Jonathan
that.
Majors?
Not just that.
Okay.
Forget him.
Real talk. Here's my personal opinion on why.
It was a good direction.
And I can back it up with
Go ahead.
facts. I think that the issue is the multiverse failed. Nobody cared about, there's 100 this, there's 100 this, is this. The only time people cared about multiverse when it came to Marvel low-key was when we did Spider-Man.
Didn't go home.
That's not true.
Yes, it did not work.
That's not true.
It was too confused. There was no plot. That's no
not
plot
true.
move forward
It's so
at all.
funny because
the entire multiverse
that's the one that I hate.
Wait a minute. What part didn't make sense?
It's not about making sense. It just didn't push the story forward. It was
Which
just like,
which one didn't push the story?
Let's just jump around to this multiverse. Let's do this. Let's do this.
Which one? Which one? I need you to. You said you got. You said you got facts. I need to hear these facts. I got facts. Where they at?
All right. What was the movie?
You asking Asian? You said you got them.
I got you, baby. I got you.
What was the one where they brought back the dude from The Office for no reason?
Oh, that was Doctor Strange.
Okay.
That was Multiverse of Madness.
So, exactly. Multiverse bullshit.
Snooze.
The entire multiverse saga was some bullshit. Nothing.
Y'all know that was
because
bullshit.
we just throwing shit at the wall. Multiverse.
There's not throwing shit at the wall.
I don't give a damn about an alligator Loki. I don't give a damn about
Nobody does.
Nobody does. We don't care about all these versions.
That's the whole point of multiverse. They're showing you the different timelines that could have been.
Hold on. I'm actually pretty sure that Kevin Feige even came out recently and said that they're getting back to one main storyline. I'm pretty sure
they're doing that because
the multiverse failed.
Because the whole King the Conqueror ended up getting flushed.
Actually, Kevin Feige said they planned to get rid of him anyway.
They did. He did.
Here's the only that's just a cop out.
You call him a liar, Kevin Feige?
Listen, it's damage control because people talking about you had to fire.
That's your king. You call him a liar.
Oh my gosh, who's king? What are you talking about?
You know the MCU.
Stop it. Stop it.
Yeah, damn. Anyway, okay.
Listen, that was just a cop out because they had
Asia,
the whole
what's your
King the
next question?
Conqueror.
They
had the whole King the Conqueror line up, and then because of the way things happened, and they had to do damage control, and they had to please the investors and all that, so they got rid of him. Mm-hmm. And then when things ended the way they did, it's like, well, it's too late to go back. We've already brought Robert Downey Jr. back, and that's our cash cow. So we got Robert back. And since we got Robert, I guess we need to just go ahead and cut off the King series.
So you're saying Kevin Feige is a liar?
I'll say this.
It's damage control.
Would you expect a person in charge of, like, who's basically the showrunner to say, yeah, we fucked up. No, like if it's to get decent press and to get butts and seats, they'll try to damage control and like, mitigate whatever damage as much as possible. Again, we see it with James Gunn. The dude said that The Flash was one of the best comic book movies he's ever seen.
He lied.
If that ain't a damn lie, I don't know what is. Now, Asia, what is your next question?
All right. Between Fantastic Four and Superman 2025, which one was better and why?
I'm gonna give it to this one. Just like I said, on my
We're gonna give it to what for the clip?
Huh?
Say it like
Okay,
for the clip.
Between Superman 2025 and Fantastic Four, I'm going to give it just barely to Fantastic Four, which hurts me as a Superman fan, despite what y'all in the comments say. I am a Superman fan. But I feel like between the two, yeah, they both have they got some parallels. They both got the same problems when it comes to pacing. I'm going to be real about that. But I feel like Fantastic Four was just a little bit cleaner, a lot more tonally consistent. James Gunn's Superman was all over the place. That, like I said before, that movie's got a very serious identity crisis. 1 minute it's, hey y'all, we're telling a serious story about geopolitical politics and world conflicts, and we're taking this seriously. And then the next minute it's, hey guys, we're just a comic book movie. We got big old kaiju monsters. We don't need to explain shit. And then the next minute it's like, hey, let's have an emotional moment. This is a real heartfelt tug at the heartstrings. And then the next minute it's like, oh, yuck, yuck. Oh, Clark, oh, golly gee. Make up your mind, bro.
Okay.
This movie felt more consistent.
Tor?
I'll take Fantastic Four because
Over Superman?
yeah, I mean because the story, and I know what's coming.
How you know?
Huh?
How you know?
Because I did research. I
Homework.
I did my homework. Something that, when you don't know something about something, you do a little research.
But you said that the storyline's going to be different from the comics, so we don't know. They could.
I know what's coming. Though.
Okay, got it.
I know
hear
what's
you.
coming.
All right.
Just like with Doom showing up, I saw that because when you had the Union and they showed Latveria, that's where Doom is from. Latveria, he had the only empty seat when they showed the Union, when they showed the world nations, everybody coming together trying to solve a problem. He had the only empty seat. I don't know. Did y'all catch that?
Nah.
See, that's the point. That's the point. That's what we're talking about right now.
Good eye though. Okay.
So shady. So damn shady. I think for me, okay. I thought at first I liked Superman over Fantastic Four.
Because of that damn dog.
It's not even just the dog, but here's the thing. Fantastic Four was a good superhero movie. Superman was not a superhero movie. It was like a feel-good movie. It was one of those movies that just had like those heartwarming
Saturday morning cartoon.
Yeah, it just felt good. Like all Crypto and all him and Lois are, interviewing and they're getting into it, and Superman is struggling with this and he's a human deep down and all that. That was like really good, feel-good stuff. I didn't stop smiling through that movie. However, Fantastic Four had me. I was on the edge of my seat for a few moments in the film. So I would say Fantastic Four is a better superhero film than Superman, but I do like Superman more.
On like a personal scale?
On like a personal scale because
that goddamn dog, huh?
Because of the damn dog, and like I said, it was a feel-good movie.
So
it wasn't trying hard to be a superhero
You didn't like Robbie?
movie.
You didn't like Robbie?
Is that the robot?
Oh, that stupid ass.
Nah.
He was just there for me. He did his work. He was a good servant thing, right?
Fake R2D2.
Yeah, he was cool for that.
Fake R2D2. That's crazy.
But yeah, like
Dave,
I said,
what you think, bro?
For me personally, honestly, I can't decide. They're both around the same scale for me, honestly, where I liked both, didn't love either one. They both did some things good. They both had some flaws in them. So it's honestly hard for me to say which one is better. I would say my number score is probably around the same for both.
Yeah.
I'm not super hyped to like watch them either again, in all honesty. And there are some comic movies and some movies in general I've seen where I've like bought tickets twice to go see stuff. So it's nothing like that. They're both cool. They're both good, but for me, around the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do think, now box office wise, sorry to add on.
No, go ahead.
Which one, I know it's early, but which one do we think is going to do better box office wise? It might be too early to say with it being.
I really don't know.
Fantastic Four.
I think so too. Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah, I think also like not just because of Marvel and stuff. I think also like, I mean, Pedro Pascal's on fire. Like some people are going to see the movie just for him because he has been on fire.
I've been
for the
seeing
past-
some posts lately that's been
Whoa.
Pedro Pascal fatigue.
yeah.
Wait, what's that?
Fatigue?
What do you
It's
mean?
pretty much you know about his anxiety and all of that.
No, I
Yeah.
don't. Wait, he has
Gen Zers are trying to do the Gen Z thing with him.
I have no idea what you're talking about. He has anxiety.
He
What's
has,
wrong with that?
He has
We-
severe social anxiety, but when he does, he gets he needs physical contact.
With who?
I mean, with people that he's around,
Like if it's a man next to him, he starts grabbing him.
like holding on to him or hold hands or something like
They
that.
trying to cancel him? Or like
Yeah,
so because he's holding people's hands and stuff.
yeah. Pretty
Okay, I'm
much.
out of.
I hope that doesn't.
I don't think
Because
I-
right now I see him as he's like the internet's like zaddy right now.
Yeah, I'm out.
He's got a lot of thirst.
But here's what happens though: when you reach that level of
No, and
people try to
literally-
find something.
No, it literally just happened. Like people, Gen Zers are doing their thing. Like they just started doing it like this week when the movie comes out.
They'll move on to something else. next
Okay,
week.
Right.
And how do we know this is Gen Z before we just throw them? Is this confirmed? I mean, how do we?
It's gotta be.
Okay.
Oh,
'Cause
never mind. I retract my statement.
Wait, because I don't want to throw shade at Gen Z. I mean, we got some Gen Z viewers and stuff. That's Tori, by the way. You know,
Yeah.
I don't know. But I'm not familiar with that. But to me, I think there's some people who are going to see it just because he's in it versus Superman. What's the actor's name who played Lex?
Oh, Nicholas Holt.
Who I like, but I think that Pedro is A-list right now, and Nicholas is up there, but he's on fire. I mean, he's been in so many movies. I mean, Last of Us, people love that show, et cetera, et cetera. So I think it might do well, potentially even because of that. Some people, I mean, you know how it is. Some people see movies just because an actor's in it.
Yeah. When it comes to Superman's box office, I've really got to wait because there's people on both sides that have their narratives that they want to run with. The people that hated the movie or went into it hating the movie are going to say that this movie was a flop. It's not compared to Man of Steel, which could be true, could not. We'll see. Then you got people who are gassing this thing. Oh, it's on track to make $1 million. And it's like, really, bruh? But I'm just waiting for the dust to settle. Give me a couple of weeks, and we'll see where the chips fall.
Yeah.
It's doing well enough domestically, but then it's apparently struggling overseas. This could go whatever. way. I'm just gonna wait.
I was gonna say I think I know why it's doing the way it is overseas.
Well, Superman or Fantastic Four?
Superman.
Well, James Gunn made a statement where he said that like anti-America sentiments are what caused it to not do as well overseas. Some people are writing that off, but I do think it's a factor. I will be fair in that regard. But at the same time, you know how I feel. I feel like he could have just made a better movie. But hey, that's just me.
Asia, do you know, and maybe one of us will look it up. I'm just curious. I know that we know that at least the early reviews for Superman were really, really good. What are the early reviews, Rotten Tomatoes, for Fantastic Four? What do people say? I have not looked at reception at all. Do you guys know?
While you're looking that, I don't know. I've kept up with it. While you're looking that up, I do want to pose this question, everybody. How did y'all feel about the overall aesthetic of the movie?
Oh, I love
I
it.
like the retro futuristic.
Okay,
look.
Asia, how about you?
So I'm confused about what time period are we in. Is this the future?
Like futuristic past.
It's
like,
So how
like
is this
retro.
gonna tie into
It's kind of
this?
like so.
Long
So
story
y'all
short.
want a spoiler or
No,
not?
here's the thing.
No, I just
Long
want to.
story short, it's an alternate universe that has like a quasi-futuristic vibe. So it's like got the mix of the 1950s retro style
Yeah.
with super high-tech stuff, which to me, it is kind of distracting and it doesn't make a whole lot of sense where you have technology that lets you see far light years away, far beyond anything we have
It's like
now.
the
And you've got
Jetsons.
flying cars, but then you've also got cassette tapes and record players. Make up your fucking mind. Now,
That's why it's called retro futuristic.
yeah, I like the aesthetic.
I hate it.
So here's
Yeah.
what I have.
I hate
I have 88%. I think this is critics. 92% audience.
Okay, that's good. I think that might be slightly under what Superman did, but that's still really good.
Yeah, I'm
I
looking
mean,
at
you know.
Superman. Superman's was.
Yeah, that's
It's already
solid.
at 24 million.
Okay.
Now, when it comes to the aesthetic of Fantastic Four, the reason why I just outright hate it,
Practically the same.
Oh, the score's the same.
Yeah, 83% Superman for critics, 92% for audience.
So they're both critically so far around the
So
same.
basically, we got two bad bitches thriving right now, and
But
it's
how
gonna be hard to
bad?
see.
are we talking like legit bad? Or are we talking like Instagram
But if
bad?
we're doing consensus,
Are we talking like e-girl, nerd girl bad? Where
I'm
you just getting a
talking-
pass on like this?
We've
this
got two dope entities right now that are thriving in the box office.
Okay.
And
We should be happy about that.
And we should be happy about
as
it.
comic book fans or comic book movie fans.
I mean, look, it ain't putting no money in our pockets.
I know, but we should. I mean, as DC and Marvel fans, we have two movies that are doing well in the box office and reviews, right? That's good for the industry.
And one doesn't have
right?
to be better
cool,
than the
but
other.
I would just rather have a better movie to watch from both of them.
You're so hard to please, Joe.
Hey, look, I said I liked the movie well enough, kind of. Anyway,
You barely.
here's my thing. So when it comes to the aesthetic of this movie, I don't like it. I don't like the whole 1950s idealized comics code of authority, white picket fence, pie on the windowsill. I don't like all that shit. Because I know what it actually represents. I knew what it represents back then, and I know what it represents to people now. Ben Shapiro. So, I'm sorry, I can't really condone this aesthetic from a time period where our people had to drink from different water fountains. So, yeah, fuck the aesthetic of this movie.
They didn't have flying cars, though.
But don't you think this is maybe connecting it to
Personal.
Yeah, you're not reaching a little bit with like taking it to a
No, he Mr. Fantastic right now with all that reaching.
Damn.
But
That was a good one.
But yeah, but again, this ties into an underlying issue I take with superhero media right now. Both this movie and Superman, where you've got people that are trying to go back to a squeaky clean time of let's just shave away all those pesky sharp edges. Let's just make everything feel good. Let's not challenge people morally, psychologically. Let's not put a light to the ugly side of the world and actually try to promote something that'll actually do something about it. Let's just all just have nice little clean distractions, go eat our fattening, heart-inducing popcorn, which I like it too. And then just let's just not think too hard.
Are you saying for both movies that's
Yes.
what's going on?
Now,
So-
Superman tried a little bit.
Wait a minute,
But
what challenging thing would you want Fantastic Four to have, man? The planet was about to get eaten.
Yeah, I mean that's true.
Like, don't
I mean,
get no
now-
more challenging
like
than
I
that.
said,
I'm with
now,
you. Yeah.
like I said,
True.
to an extent, I did like how towards the end of the movie, they had like the whole world uniting to like work together and put their differences aside and put all those little portal thingies all over the world. I like that. That's close to the mark of what I'm looking for. But as I'm watching the movie and I'm seeing that old timey aesthetic, and I'm like, waiting. I'm like, are we gonna acknowledge how fake and fucked up the 50s actually were? Because think about what the 50s was. Back in the day, you had the comics code of authority. They had some of the dumbest stipulations about what was allowed to be in comics. That's where you get the Silver Age, where you have like, you can't have like a sort of gritty crime drama with Batman. Let's have Batman invent a spaceship and go off and fight tentacle monsters on planet Z55R. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Here's something that I gotta let you know on that.
What's that?
Around that time, Stan Lee was well aware of what was going on in the world, and he was an avid
And
fighter.
I know that's how we got the X-Men.
That's
and all
how we
that
got.
stuff. I'm
Yeah.
well
So
aware.
they definitely made whatever was going on in the world prevalent to their comic books, but I don't think any of that existed in the Fantastic Four, especially with that. I mean, that aesthetic. So I mean, but like they definitely were well aware, and they were definitely against all the negativity that the world was going through around those times.
Well, also,
But I'm
this
like,
is
why
another
do we-
universe, though. So that's why,
Yeah.
to me, I can't even tie it to real world Earth issues that we know about
I'm just
because it's a
asking,
whole
why
nother.
do we need this particular aesthetic here? What are we
it
saying
was
about
retro
it?
futuristic.
another
I mean, I'd
universe.
rather have this retro futuristic where people ain't being racist than to put it in the current times where people are definitely blatant
Well,
racist.
also, in my mind, I'm looking at it like, yo, at least this is a unique aesthetic versus we've seen just the regular, world
Yeah.
stuff and modern day. You know what I'm saying? Like it was unique. It was different. If at least it stood out and made it feel like it was a different universe versus just the standard New York, which is every Marvel movie essentially. So
Because
I didn't
if
mind
it
it.
was in current times, they would be in New York.
yeah.
And yeah, right there. Then you would have to establish, okay, where are the other heroes? Then you'd be like, okay, where's Spider-Man at? Where's Luke Cage, Iron Fist? And just they was like, okay, they're doing all this. Where's everybody else that can help them? This isn't that universe. So I think that retrofuturistic cancels out the whole possibility of them having to run into other heroes because there are universes where some of these heroes don't exist.
I give it just the slightest of a pass.
Okay.
Just because, yeah, it's in a different universe. Sure, we established that. And two, most of the issues that I take with that sort of cheery, feel-good, idealized 1950s pie on the windowsill, at least it's more of an issue in like the first half of the movie. But
Because
at the
they're
same
in
time,
space half the movie too. I mean,
Huh?
they're in space half the movie too.
well, yeah, this is why I like that part more.
Yeah.
But at the overall, I just don't like it. Also, their suits look trash.
What?
My
It's
guy,
the 50s. What do you want them to have?
bro, their suits
Vibranium?
Wait,
look like
wait.
Christmas sweaters, bro. Can we not?
That's how their suits was looking.
And there's a reason why they changed in
Wait,
modern times.
What was
'cause
wrong
they
with
look
Fantastic Four
stupid.
suits?
Again, bro, they look like Christmas
That's
sweaters.
how the space suits looked in the 50s.
Have we learned nothing from Superman and his stupid fleece pajama onesie?
It was the 50s.
And the 50s sucked.
The 50s. That's how the space suits look. They looked all cotton and fabricy.
They did?
And it still looked trash.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think they had Gucci and
Joe don't want Gucci.
No.
I'm just saying, I don't think they had them kind of tailors
Hey,
back,
what do you think about
back
the
then.
suits? The suits look fine to me.
Yeah,
I like Fantastic Four suits.
I'm really surprised you said something about the suits because I thought that they were cool.
They look cool. I mean,
Yeah.
It was-
they're just. How
It
much
was
different?
retro.
I mean,
It was
blue
retro
suits.
futuristic.
It
Hey, mess that
sweaters.
up.
What's wrong with sweaters?
What kind of fabric were you
What do
expecting
you want,
them to
spandex?
have?
Spandex.
Something that looks at least just well designed. I'm just saying.
That's a nitpick. That's a nitpick.
It's a blue suit with a Ford logo. There's not much you do with it. I don't know. To me,
I didn't dig it. But
Asia, I know we got limited time here. We got maybe,
How much time do we have left?
Well, I know Tori got to dip up for work soon. We're going to do one more question and then we'll probably close up.
All right, let's do this one. Did Marvel succeed in reinventing the Fantastic Four for the MCU?
I'll still say yes and no. Just in the sense that, yeah, they worked in this movie, but it's also like how much more steam is this team going to have going forward? Because, as I said, I feel like they were stepping stones in their own movie. They're stepping stones to, what's his name? Franklin Richards. They're stepping stones to Avengers Doomsday. It feels like this movie is like trying to set up other stuff as we're trying to establish who this team is.
But what if they play a very pivotal role in the
They do.
future? See?
How do you know?
Because
You ain't seen the movie.
because I think I'm the resident
Because
Marvel
why?
fan
You
here.
read
Right?
the
I
comics?
like Marvel. Well, comic book fan.
I'm the resident Marvel fan.
Good for you.
You know,
Wait, what was that? Me and Asia like Marvel?
I don't think y'all like it like I.
No, we just.
I just had to tell y'all about Latveria.
Okay, so you're talking about resident comic book Marvel fan.
Even I mean just all around. You know what I'm saying? You see the shirt? You see the shirt?
So what are me and Asia haters of Marvel?
Yeah, I mean y'all casuals. Y'all.
Casual.
Wow, we
Okay.
throwing shots.
I'm a cat because I'm not as deep into like the MCU as any of y'all. But you still can't discredit.
I'm a A1 since day one.
That's why you're not casual. You're deep into it.
Me and Asia have seen every Marvel movie that's probably ever came out. That's casual.
I don't know.
You don't know what?
I
We've
don't
seen
know.
every movie.
If y'all have, I don't know. Y'all not showing it.
Because we're not glazing every movie.
But
I ain't asking you to glaze. I ain't asking you to glaze.
Because they don't know the name of some fictionalized country or whatever.
I've seen
And how
I've
that
seen the
relates to
movies.
another dude.
I've seen the movies, the shows.
Because
Animated
you're
shows.
hardcore about it.
Listen, you don't have to be hardcore to watch the show. This is what I grew up with.
Again,
Dave,
this is why
I
we're
give Dave a pass because he didn't have cable.
Thank you. I appreciate
again,
that.
this is-
But you got
Don't
internet.
encourage.
But you got internet now, so
But
there's
again,
no excuse.
this is where we're at on the scale. Me, I am a casual MCU fan.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a passive enjoyer. I've gotten some Marvel comics knowledge, but I'm not too deep into it because I'm more of a DC guy. David and Asia, y'all are deep in the MCU.
Not according to
Yo-
Tori.
I
Tori
would
said we're
not.
You
casual.
guys are frequent moviegoers.
Tori
but
has
you're not
excluded us.
comic book fans.
They not.
We-
I don't
he's
know
kicked
about
us
that.
comic book
We've
nerd.
been kicked out.
Y'all gotta check in next time because I don't know what y'all
so
doing.
we've
out
seen
here.
all the movies, and that means that we're casuals.
Just the movies.
I mean, we've played some games and seen some.
We've watched some
so
of the
to clarify,
Yeah.
all right, we're MCU fans.
You're fans, okay?
Is that fair?
Casual fans, that's cool.
Casual.
Fine.
Casual.
I'll take it. I don't
Joe's
care.
casual though.
I
we're,
just said it, yeah.
we're in the same boat as Joe.
Y'all like
Joe hasn't even seen half the Marvel movies.
Joe's a casual. Y'all casual fans.
And what are you?
I'm a hardcore
The
fan.
mighty
I see.
overlord, I
I
see.
see.
Yeah.
Y'all see this gatekeeping happening,
It's
Chad?
not
Okay.
I'm not. It's not gatekeeping. I'm saying. All
Yeah,
I'm
you
saying
don't know
is-
who Spider Ham is from Universe 267?
Exactly.
No, Tori.
Exactly. He was in he was in Into the Spider-Verse. Y'all seen that?
Yeah.
I have actually.
Oh, okay. Okay. Just check.
We never answered your question. I feel like
It's okay. Joe answered.
Okay.
Everybody else, do we think
Yeah.
that Marvel succeeded in reinventing the Fantastic Four for the MCU?
I think so.
Yeah, I agree. I think they made a solid movie that will. It seems like they're going to play a pivotal role in the next Avengers movie, and maybe they'll have their own other Fantastic Four 2 movies, et cetera, et cetera. And then so far from reception, it seems like people are liking it. Well, critics are receiving it well. We liked it enough. I'd go see a second Fantastic Four 2 movie with this same cast. So personally, I would say, yeah, it's much better than. Eternals, much better than Captain America, much better than Thor: Love and Thunder. So, it's much better than some of Marvel's recent,
Stinkers.
damn. I guess.
I mean, what word would you use?
I wouldn't go.
Don't let me put words in your mouth, man.
I wouldn't call them stinker. They're just on the lower
Mild
tier.
funk.
Down.
I think the chemistry of this Fantastic Four is way better than what I feel like they threw together in 2003 with Jessica Alba and Chris Evans and all of them. And in that way, and with that in mind, I think that Marvel has done a very good job of reinventing the Fantastic Four. The chemistry of these characters is just so good. These are great actors. They work so well together. They feel like a family. Honestly, I don't remember any moments in the original Fantastic Four where I was just like, oh, this is great. Look at them working together. Just like, wasn't like,
You didn't see them teaming up when they fought Doom?
they, when they had to finally team up at the end, but wasn't the...
when Johnny Storm tried to talk to...
wasn't
he was
Johnny
trying to
kind of a...
Johnny was a playboy. He was
And wasn't he kind of mean to the Rock dude?
but that's just their dynamic.
I didn't see that in this
Wasn't he
movie.
hollering?
Kind of thing, but like that's their dynamic. Johnny Storm and the Thing. That's their thing. They go back and forth. It's crazier in the comic books, but they go back and forth a lot. But they didn't do it as much in this one. But you could tell in this one. Remember when he had the action figure waving it in his face and all of that?
Yeah, I think it's just cute little stuff.
They go back and forth a lot. Johnny treats Ben like
I'm
a
glad
big
they
brother.
toned that down.
They had it
for
on
this
10.
movie.
They had it on 10 in the early movies.
Yes, they did.
But like
I
Johnny-
appreciate them toning it down because I feel like that kind of took away from them like being a team. In my personal opinion, people can disagree, but I love the toned down bullshit back and forth and just, oh my gosh, and how they were just like such supportive uncles immediately when that baby was born. Just like, that was all so great.
Another thing they toned down to me compared to other Marvel movies, I thought the comedy was toned down. There was comedy in there, but
It felt
to me,
more consistent.
It felt more consistent. Like, for example, I think if this was any other Marvel movie, a baby is about to die, they're cracking jokes nonstop. But to me, they took the moment seriously of this baby and the world is about to potentially die or be over, et cetera, and they didn't just stop and break. Like no one got punched in the face and looked up and cracked a joke when the baby's hanging in the air of, about to die or whatever. So to me, I like that they toned down the comedy a little bit. There was still some funny moments, but it was toned down compared to other Marvel movies. Because sometimes they go too far with the comedy, in my opinion.
How did y'all feel about this whole beard thing with the Thing?
That's an actual thing.
From the comics?
Yes.
Oh, see?
To me, it was getting in the way. But anyway,
Getting in the way of what?
it looks like
Any other little dislikes you had, Joe? What else?
Reed Richards should have just shut up at that press conference. He just made it a whole lot worse on himself for no reason. Bro, all you have to do is just give like a little
here's the
politician-y
thing.
answer. Did you guys defeat Galactus? No, but we're working on it. Thank you. And then
We have
dip.
concepts of
If you would just
defeating
shut up.
Galactus.
But here's the thing. No matter what they had told him, the people would have felt some type of way because they say we have been.
They would have been better than
We have been.
Yeah,
We
the
made
only
y'all
way
famous.
to stop this major
Y'all been-
catastrophe is feeding Galactus our baby. Then you could have avoided the whole. We'll just feed him the baby. Your baby versus all of us. Hell, not like, bro.
I mean, people.
But to be
would've-
fair, I do like that little scene with Sue Storm holding baby, giving her a little talk. That was nice.
I did too.
But you can't acknowledge, you can't deny. Reed, you should have just shut your mouth, bro. You'd have made it a whole lot easier on yourself.
People would have felt some type of way either way.
Why? Because they did that in the comic story?
No, because the world is about to end. I mean, you got to think. You mean to tell me you don't have a solution right now, right here, right now, and he about to come and destroy the planet? I need to know something. We done been praising y'all and giving y'all ups for saving us all this time. Now save us again and save the world. This is what people would have come up with. They definitely would have. If he didn't say anything about the baby, they would have came up with their own solution to it. And either way, it would have ended bad with them in the public eye, because they depend on them. They depend on them to be their saviors. I mean, there's no other heroes around.
Sounds like this world just needs to get its life together. Anyways, we're going into closing statements.
I mean, I think this was a good move in the right direction for Marvel as far as positivity and reception, and also it does have me excited to see Avengers. Was it Doomsday? Right? It has me excited to see that. So to me, I mean, I'm back in. You know, because honestly, for a while with Marvel, I was kind of like a little. Even though I'm a fan, Tori, but I just had some critiques. I was a little iffy. I was like,
your fan card.
Captain America was just Eternals, Thor: Love and Thunder was you know. So it's like a lot of some of the Disney Plus shows were so this one kind of.
I don't know about these Disney Plus shows you're speaking of.
So okay, what's the one? What's the one with what's it called?
Oscar Isaac.
No, not that one. The one with.
Hawkeye?
No. There's another one that was not received very well recently.
Secret Invasion?
Secret Invasion. That one, I mean, people called that one trash.
I don't know. I need to see this.
Okay. But yeah, that's me. Go ahead.
Yeah, I am definitely very excited for Doomsday after seeing this movie. Like I said, it's nothing, like, I probably won't watch it again, but I saw enough to be a little bit like a toe back into invested into Marvel again.
Okay, I'll go next. I had my.
Hold on, I want to hear what you want to say. Go ahead.
Go ahead, bro.
No, it would have been considered a dig, but I won't do it.
No, go for it.
No, this is what we do here. This
I'm
is
in
raw.
my soft boy era.
What's stopping you now?
Since when?
Since forever. I'm non-confrontational.
Bullshit.
Whoa. Okay.
Okay, let me get my closing statements out of the way. Overall, it does lean favorable for me. I'm not going to sit here and say that I fell in love with this team, this interpretation, this world, or whatever. But sadly, I do have to say I did enjoy it more than Superman. But overall, of course, I feel like most people are going to enjoy it. I thought the action was pretty cool, even though there wasn't a whole lot of it. But that's fine. The movie was not boring. I think the music was memorable. I think, the character dynamic was cool, even if it was a little rushed. Pacing was a little much, but overall, I think this movie's got some heart to it. So I will give it a check mark.
Wow. Okay.
Not a big one, just nice little. I'm checking within the box.
Got it. Okay. Well, if y'all made it this far in the video, we appreciate y'all, checking this out, checking out this review of Fantastic Four. We'll be back.
Yep.
Thursday, 7:30 p.m. EST. Check out our clips page to see more content from other streams and things that we've cut from other content we've made and things like that. And also check out the Trapped in Anime pages as well.
Leave us a comment and tell us what you rated.
Yeah, please.
We want to hear it.
Yeah. All right.